Alright, dog. What's poppin'? We're back. We're back on the live. Everything footy here. Alright. So
Sweet.
we're just gonna go straight into it with the Champions League.
Yeah. Uh, what a couple of games, eh? Over the
Honestly,
the
I wish I could have watched them. Sadly, I was driving home from work and
mhm.
literally like seeing Real Madrid and City 3-3, and then on top of that Arsenal and Bayern 2-2, like on the
Yeah.
first games, like, or not games, but like, you know what I mean, like the first day of the Champions League of the round of six um knockouts. It's not 16s, it's quarter
Quarter.
quarter. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, because it's round of
Yeah.
16s just happened. Yeah, it's quarters. Buddy, did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What do you
finished
think?
work, hopped right into it, sit down on the couch, and right off the bat, I see a free kick, and Bernardo Silva just scores 2 seconds later. Like Real Madrid. I mean, uh, that was already insane. I was freaking out. But the first thing I like when I looked at these lineups, that's the thing that first had me thinking like, what is going on? Like this weird like tactics between Pep like and Ancelotti. Courtois injured. Tchouaméni's playing center back instead of like Eder Militao. I think that's to help deal with Holland because of the height or something and the physicality. We had Freddie Valverde playing right mid. Rodrigo left wing, Vinicius striker kind of with Bellingham in a 4-4-2. I mean, this formation's also changed just on the FootMob app since the actual start of the game. And the City one showed up different. It showed up as a 4-3-3 on the television, and on the FootMob it shows up as a three back with the John Stones Rodri pivot. Again, these formations are very fluid and stuff, but again, you see players like Kovacic starting, which was kind of interesting. And Ortega. Like, what was the reason for not having like Ederson? And then we also had Grealish on the left.
I'm pretty sure Ederson
Um,
was injured. No,
no, he was on the bench,
really.
and De Bruyne on the bench. Like, clearly, both teams knew like with the counter-attacking threats of uh of Real Madrid. Pep, I think, is trying to put on players that are gonna actually track back and be fast, like a Kovacic, Stones, Rodri, instead of maybe a De Bruyne that's going to be getting into those attacking zones and then not hustle back as much or something. Maybe that's another reason why Grealish was there over Doku, because maybe Doku would be doing a lot of running and dribbling and not then track back to do the defensive work. Because we saw Real Madrid do really good counterattacks this game. Um, but yeah, for me, it was even though City looked better for most parts of the game, I would say that it was still decently even.
But you know what's
Um,
crazy though? Like, I'm looking at it. Like, I didn't. I wish I watched the game. Like, this game looked like it was freaking amazing. It kind of reminds me of the 3-2, or no, 4-3 Chelsea versus Man U game. This
mhm.
game is kind of wild in a way because Pep only did one substitution,
Yeah.
just one for the whole game, and this is away too. This is at the Bernabeu,
Yep.
so like this is an incredible feat for Pep. I find, because now their next game, they're home, City's home.
Mhm.
They're gonna. I think they're gonna absolutely destroy Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think they're resting
That
their players for a reason.
yeah, I think it was tactics, but I think it was also like
He's
it
going
also
for
is
the
kind of
title, you know. So I
yeah,
think it's
it's
very,
a lot of
he really thought about it. He really thought about it.
the other thing that has me about this game is Real Madrid was at home. Uh Man City still had better players that they could have put in. And then the other thing is that first Real Madrid goal being a deflection, and technically the Rodrigo one being a deflection back to back
Hmm.
in 2 minutes. help shift the game for Real Madrid because if those deflection shots didn't go in against Ortega, sorry, no, the Diaz one, Rodrigo was kind of, yeah, it kind of deflected a bit. Like he ran kind of through and it went through the legs and it rolled into the net, but it kind of hit off, I think, the player a little bit as well, and I think that kind of helped stop City from really taking over that game because we see glimpses where they were really holding the ball, and just if you go into the even like the passing stats, they almost double Real Madrid, with like 630 with 91 pass accuracy, while the Real Madrid had 365 with 86%. So they did have more of the ball. The thing that was funny off from this for me is that the expected goals is 0.8 for City and 0.6, and it ended up as a 3-3. Right, so it just showed how lethal like the players were, that the balls were kind of flying in the net. Because they weren't playing defensive, but they weren't playing attacking either. I think they were both kind of testing that water a little bit. For
Yeah.
me. So yeah, no, it was a great game. And then the other part about it is that we literally got like four screamers, right? I mean, Bernardo Silva is a good shot from outside, like right off 2 minutes. It was
I mean, it was a
ballsy.
direct free kick. Like, what can you say? Like, that's actually kind of
Like,
crazy that he did it.
yeah, it was, and he's never usually on free kicks, which is
No,
also the interesting part. So again, Pep has these
I
like
feel
little
I not
secret.
gonna lie. I feel like he was only taking that free kick to put it into the box. Like, it was just to put it in there and try to do a
Mm,
50-50 aerial battle with Real. And I think Bernardo just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for a goal," and that's what he did. And like,
what it seemed like, yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then
I wish I watched it. I haven't even seen anything like through social
the highlight.
media. Nothing. I haven't seen anything. I have to search it up, and
Well,
I just haven't.
I'll let you know. Foden pretty much gets the ball on the turn, puts it top left corner, screamer.
Screamer.
Then
This guy says screamer.
screamer. Yeah, it is. And
Top
then
bins, eh? Or no?
top bins, like the toppest of the bins.
Toppest of the bins.
And then about 6 minutes later, you have Guardiol getting the ball at the edge of the box and just taking a shot, and it just hits side netting,
Yeah.
right? It's not the most accurate, but it's a perfect like side netted shot. Couldn't do anything about it. And when you think, okay, City has this in control, Vinicius does this beautiful run and kind of does like almost like a no look with the left foot cross that perfectly lands on Valverde's foot. First time volley in across the keeper to the bottom right corner.
Right.
All the goals were amazing. This again, people were saying this is like another, 2022 World Cup final type of game where like both teams are back and forth. All the goals are pretty nice. It was kind of that vibe.
That's
So
what
I'm
I
glad that.
like. That's what I like. I want to see that more in football. And recently, like these past couple games I've been watching, like, or just not even watching because I can't watch much whenever I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm always driving home whenever games are playing. So, but fuck that. Just seeing these high score games, like that's high scored for fucking football.
Yeah.
Normally, like you always get like the 1-0 or 0-0. But like 4-3, 3-3, even the 2-2s are freaking wild as well. And especially when it's
No.
always like 90th minute screamers or 90th minute goals or whatever, like keeps you on your toes, you know?
Hmm.
And it's just wild. Like, they just want to tickle the toes for all the fans. Like, I don't know.
But yeah, weren't you predicting Real Madrid to go through originally?
Um,
I feel like when we did original episode, you said that Real might get them this year.
Probably. I just can't. I don't even remember. Not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
feel like I just switch up no matter like what everybody's doing. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, yo, like City's playing like shit. Real Madrid's gonna go through. Like it
Hmm.
depends what I see, but I didn't see anything, and I don't remember what I said.
Hmm.
But honestly, I can see City going through again, and City possibly winning the league or the title, which is
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
crazy.
we'll definitely get onto that because again, I
Yeah,
feel like a lot of my predictions came in.
buddy, I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
Hello.
There's my dad, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you just say, I'm streaming, so There's Papa Rucci, everybody.
Yeah,
Anyways, but yeah, I'm thinking City is probably gonna go through and stuff, and
yeah, I would
I
say
think
so.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna ring it, not ring it. They're gonna win it back to back. I can see them doing it. I'm pretty sure. I kept on seeing this TikTok of this chick. I don't know. She was just doing all the predictions, saying City and Arsenal are gonna go through. City is gonna win in the semifinals, go to the finals, and they're saying
Yeah,
Barca is gonna go through, and I can't remember who the other person is, but
Atletico
yeah,
and
and then
Dortmund.
yeah, so then they said Barca and Atletico was gonna go through. It's gonna be a Spanish
Yeah,
semi,
those
and then after
semifinals.
Barcelona is gonna go through, and she said City's
Yeah,
gonna win. So
yeah. I think that's pretty much what I said. Funny enough, I said Atletico would go through. I think I said Barcelona would go through because I'd want them more than. And you were, I remember you saying you think PSG would go through just because of Mbappe in the Champions League,
is
and
PSG
Barca
even
being
in it?
PSG versus Barca,
Oh right. Yeah, I'm pretty
right?
sure I said
So we're gonna get to
PSG.
that. We're gonna we're,
But
we're gonna get to that.
I only said PSG just because like I don't feel like Barcelona has been playing that well, but they've been playing well in the Champions League.
Yeah,
But I haven't been
and
watching the
they
La
have
Liga at
players.
all, so
The thing is Barca has the players, but
they
again,
do.
what?
But they're a hit or miss type of team. You know what I mean? That's what I keep on
Yeah,
seeing. They're not being
yeah,
consistent at all.
that's true
So
too.
that's the only reason why I chose PSG because they're not consistent. But at the
Yeah, I
same
think.
time, PSG hasn't won a friggin' Champions League, right? So
Yeah, I will go, we can go on to that game because I was only watching part of the Arsenal Bayern as I was watching Man City Real, but I wasn't that involved in it. But I watched the full game for PSG Barca, and yeah, it didn't disappoint either. Like Rafinha scores in the first half, a great lofted ball over and puts it into the net. Beautiful goal, and it was a little bit back and forth. But both teams were a little bit, again, I think that worried of getting conceded on, but they were still playing back and forth pretty well. And then the second half kicks off, and Dembele out of nowhere just rifles a shot in the top corner with the left foot from the left side. Actually, I think too. He
so
kind of did like,
we're seeing a lot of screamers then, eh? Like I'm
yeah,
recently. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know what the guy's been drinking. They if they're drinking Prime Energy drink from KSI or Logan Paul, but like I don't know what's going on.
no,
I know
it
Arsenal
was
is.
Arsenal. Yeah, they got their own flavor. They got their own flavor
Yeah,
now.
so I don't know. I don't know what they're drinking, but
It
something
tastes like
ain't
fourth
adding up
place.
right now.
But yeah, no, like it comes out of the half, and again, I'm looking at this game and I'm thinking, no, Barca's gonna win, and then all of a sudden we get 2 goals in 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So Dembele gets that first strike, and then they do this beautiful in behind pass to Vitinha, nice little Portuguese player, right, from Porto, and he just tucks that into the bottom corner, easy finish, and next thing you know, PSG's 2-1 up, and I'm like, oh, Anthony's right. Like PSG has this little like they can look bad and then they look good, right? But this is where again, Rafinha played amazing this game, and he scores another goal. It's 2-2. I'm thinking it's gonna end this way, right? Like I'm looking at the game. Players are getting a little bit tired. Both teams are looking like decent, and then they make the weirdest substitution of all time. Let me quickly check the time. Uh, they finally put on Ferran Torres for Rafinha after Rafinha is about to be on a hat trick, and Andreas Christensen for Frankie De Jong in the midfield. And I'm thinking, what is
I saw that
Barcelona
Christensen. I didn't
doing?
even know Christensen was at the fucking Barcelona for a while. I was like
Yeah, like
when I saw that name up there on the score sheets as
I-
well, I was like,
yeah.
why the fuck is he at Barcelona? You know?
So literally gets subbed in, and 2 minutes later scores the header that
Yeah.
wins the game, which is so funny. Of course, like that's how Barca win, right?
Yeah, by Christensen. Oh.
By a Christensen header of him playing in the midfield, like random. And João Felix was also came in, and Pedri, and this is what I mean by like
Hey,
Barca still have depth, you
what
know.
do you think about João Felix and like Cancelo Barca. Like they don't have that contract
Oh,
yet. They're
good.
still trying to fight it. But I don't know if you saw this, but João Felix is like, oh yeah, like trying to get Bernardo Silva to go, even though Silva
Yeah,
already
I saw that.
like made his interest that he wants to go like a while ago, like probably like 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure, and
Everyone knows that
yeah,
Xavi won. Everyone,
but
yeah, like it's no secret.
the thing is though, he is trying to bring players to the club, but he doesn't even have his own contract. You know,
I think I also did see something that
unless like they have to try to bring someone so they can stay or
no,
they get like
the
a little
president
bonus. Like I don't know.
the president of Barca did say that they would be signing them, but again, you know how that goes,
Well, yeah,
right?
everybody says one thing and then it flips. It's just like a coin.
Depending on the money, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think in their heads it's almost guaranteed that the contract's coming up, but until we see the pictures, I'm not going to be holding my breath.
Yeah.
Uh, but again, I think Cancelo and Felix has been playing amazing at Barca, and I want Felix to get more time because, to be honest, I like Yamal. He's obviously a great young player at Barcelona, and getting to see him in the Champions League like this was really good. But he still is a player that needs to be developed a little bit.
I
Same
kind
thing
of,
as Felix.
not gonna lie, I kind of want to get the Barcelona. I don't know if you saw this for the El Clasico. They got the Carol G sponsor.
Yeah, so
I was like, yo, what the fuck? Carol G sponsoring fucking Barcelona? Like,
not funny.
fucking
Well, I know
wild.
it's because it's Spotify. You know how
Well,
like there was the
yeah,
OVO.
yeah, they had
Yeah,
the OVO, but like still, like I'm like, what? Carol G, like,
yeah.
I didn't expect that for one bit. And then talking about like the La Liga, whatever, you know, I have a jersey I wanted
Oh
to show
yeah,
you, right?
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
this is what it is. I don't know if you like, do you have any guesses or?
From the vague talking that you did, again, I know like you like Juventus, you like City, but you have a City jersey. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be something a little more rogue for some reason.
Well,
So, like,
you
I don't
missed a
know.
little hint. I did say La Liga.
Oh yeah, sorry, La Liga. Okay, La
So
Liga
I'm just gonna show it now. It's a designer.
designer.
Yeah, it's a designer jersey. The
I was
Real
gonna say Real
Madrid
Madrid.
Y3 authentic, bro.
I was gonna say Real Madrid after.
I'm gonna
I
put someone
remember
on the
that.
back. There's nobody there yet, but I was
Yeah.
literally just walking through the mall and I looked inside the Adidas. I was like, oh, they have all the new national jerseys. So like I walked in
Mhm.
to go look at them all in person. And then I saw this. I'm like, why the fuck did the mall in the middle of the buttfuck nowhere have this?
Yeah, that's funny.
Because this is the designer, the Japanese designer Y3 jersey, and it's authentic. Like I don't think anyone in Oshawa would be freaking getting that because
Yeah.
it's 230 bones.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, yo, I was looking at it. I'm like, oh,
That's funny. I'm actually
just because
wearing that.
everything is freaking like expensive here now, but it's just wild that it was here, and I sent it right away to my coworker who's the biggest Real Madrid fan, and he's like, "Yo, where did you find that? I've been looking all over the place. It's been sold out." I'm like, "Bro, I was just walking through the mall and I looked inside and I just saw it. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go check that out." And I bought it. It comes in purple. They played it in the other day. I don't know if you
Yeah,
realize they played it in the other day, and then they have a black one as well. And I was like, shit, dude, I'm gonna have a purple one. That one looks fly as fuck.
yeah. I really like that jersey, and it's funny that you're mentioning it because I'm wearing that like designer. I forget the name that's on the back, but um, it starts with an A. No, it's not like I can't even remember it now. Acronym. It's the acronym Nike
Yeah.
Club
Okay.
jersey. I've been wearing it all day, and I it's just funny that you say that the
Yeah,
designer kits
because
'cause they don't come out very
they
often, right?
don't. The
Like,
last one the Y3 did for Real Madrid was that dragon one. I'm pretty sure you have the black dragon. Remember the black
oh
jersey?
no, no, I don't have that one. I've always
Oh,
wanted that
I
one.
thought
I
you
have a
had
lot of
it. I thought you
I
had
have a
it.
lot of Rihanna, but
Or
I
maybe
don't
my
think
brother-in-law has it. I remember seeing it somewhere. That's why I thought you
but
had it
yeah.
because I know you have a big jersey collection as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
But
so
yeah, we gotta finish
yeah,
Champions League.
we gotta finish it up and then go straight to Premier League. So we gotta
Barca's beating PSG now at home.
honestly. So I think so,
50-50.
especially at home. Yeah, I think they will beat them. Just because it's
Atletico,
Barcelona.
yeah,
Atletico is gonna go
Atletico
through.
won
I
2-1.
think honestly, I think that chick that I saw on the TikTok is gonna be spot on. I don't know
Yeah,
how, but she said English semifinal and Spanish semifinal, and
yeah.
it's gonna be City and Barcelona finals, and then City's gonna win it.
Yeah, I think all the teams that I predicted to go through are going to win. I think Arsenal are going to just manage to beat Bayern for some reason. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I think they're going to be able to just do it. They won two. It was 2-2 at home, but I think they can go away to Bayern Munich and win. They've
yeah,
been playing well. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be solid. To have that English and not Spanish semis, like it would be super clean.
yeah, for sure.
Run through. I will say this though, before we head into Premier League, there's something else I need to add in here, right? Because I was saying last week, I looked through Liverpool's next matches, I
Oh
looked through
yeah,
Arsenal's
yeah,
next matches, and I looked through Man City's, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if Man City wins this league. And literally, Man U, Liverpool, 2-2. I see that, I go, okay, dropped points. Then I see them in the Europa League, 0-3 against Atalanta. Atalanta win 3 over them at home in Liverpool. And I'm thinking, they crashed out of the Europa League. Now the morals are even down. And then today they go to Crystal Palace, which I said is not an easy team to go face against, and they lose 1-0. And now Man City and then Arsenal also go and lose to Aston at home as well, lose to Aston Villa, and now Man City's already on top of the league by 2 points.
yeah. So it's kind of wild how everything went through. But what do you think? So like, I know the past like three podcasts. This is our third episode. We keep on bringing up
Hmm.
Manchester United, but I feel like they just have a lot. Like, there's a lot to talk about there.
Hmm.
They have been coming back from these games like recently, and then just royally fucking it up at the end, like giving away a penalty at the 90th minute. Or like
Are you talking about the Liverpool one?
Liverpool and Chelsea
United.
and Chelsea.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah,
They
true. Yeah,
did
to
two
give it over
games
to
in a
Salah.
row. They did 2 games in a row. So they
That's
were
right.
winning
Salah
2-1 against Liverpool, and then after I think it was the law, but unfortunately
on
he
the
on
yeah,
Salah.
Deloitte gave it away
Yeah,
against Chelsea. Let's
or
see. I can
was it Chelsea? Yeah, yeah. But
for Chelsea.
anyways,
Yeah.
either way, they kept on giving away a penalty. I don't know why, and yeah, they kind of royally fucked it up. But at the same time, they tied it with Liverpool. It could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Premier League is it's a hot fucking title race right now, and
Very close.
with the next few games, like City has it kind of easy, but you never know. Something could always
Mhm.
fuck it up. Like Tottenham, they still got a lot. They got, let's see here. So the next game is gonna be for the Premier League. I'm not gonna say Champions League or the FA Cup, but
Mhm.
Brighton. They got Brighton on Forest, Wolves, Fulham, Tottenham, and West Ham. West Ham's their last game.
Yeah.
Still whatever, but I mean, you never know. Something could happen. Like Pep could just like start subbing out players, and it's at the end of the
Tottenham.
season. But
Tottenham always seem to beat them for some reason.
yeah, like something would happen, or not. Nottingham Forest could just somehow park the bus, you know. But
Yeah. I mean,
it's a big title race. Let's see the next matches for Arsenal. Like they got Wolves, Chelsea. Like they still got harder teams. Like they still got to face Manchester United and Everton.
mhm.
So they do have a harder brackets, but fucking
And
Liverpool.
then Liverpool
Li-
still have
I don't know.
the Tottenham.
Ever since they what is it? They tied with Man U, then they lost in the Europa League 3-0,
Mhm.
and then lost to Crystal Palace today.
So they're pretty much going to be
They
out, in my opinion, though. So they're out of the FA Cup. Now they're going to be out of the Europa League, so they can at least focus. But again, that's
but at the
still
same time
four away games in a row.
right now they haven't been doing good, and I don't know why. But they still got like decently, like they still got to face Aston Villa. They got to face
Yeah, tough,
Tottenham. They got to face West
tough.
Ham, Everton, Fulham, and Wolves. Like
Yeah.
you never know what's gonna happen. one goal can always screw everybody up, and then depending on the emotion on the field and what all the players are feeling, like it could just ruin the game at the same time. You
Yeah.
have to keep like a level-minded headset. Like, I know, like whenever I used to play, I'll get pretty pissed off sometimes, and I don't show it, but I'm more pissed off on myself than I am to everyone else. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not
Mhm.
playing well, if I'm missing too many times, then I start getting pissed off, and then I start making bad decisions and stuff. And I know a lot
I
of
feel
players are probably doing the same thing.
Liverpool, because their all their attackers are pretty much all wingers.
But at
That
the same time, yeah, when you brought up Liverpool, I feel like I'm pretty sure this is Klopp's last year, right?
yeah.
So I feel like they're struggling with that.
Yeah, I think originally it motivated them, and then after a few losses, right?
I
Like it
think
can really.
now
uh,
they're just really in their heads, like, well, we got to do this for Klopp, blah, blah, blah. But then it's just kind of just falling apart.
The big thing for me is
Like,
if Liverpool can somehow turn around
Emotional
that tie
damage.
at Atalanta to go through, then they can really get motivated and maybe sweep the rest of their last games to try to keep the points up. But as I see it right now, they're going to get dropped out of Europa. Then they have that's 4 away games in a row. They're
yeah,
probably going to lose points against Tottenham or in Aston Villa for sure. Where again, Man City can probably always seem at the end that those last 10 games, City just don't drop points. They're focused. They have the tactics. They know what they're doing. They just never seem to drop points. And as I see it right now, it's the last legs. And what the hell always happens? Liverpool always seems to drop out. Arsenal always seem to drop out. They don't have
yeah.
enough backup. They don't have enough. People are getting injured again. I just
I feel like they're
is
getting anxious at the end of the season. They're like, we're so close, we can do it. And then one fuck up, and they all just start spiraling down the freaking black hole.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So as
it's
I
wild, but it's a good title race in the Premier League. I like it. I hope everybody else do, but at the same time, we've been to England, and you know for a fact everyone's gonna be pissed off when their teams don't make it. Like especially all those Liverpool and Arsenal fans, especially the Arsenal fans who been saying it this year has been their year, and I was even saying it too. I'm like, fuck, it's really happening, you
Mhm.
know. And now they just fucking fumble the bag. Normally they fumble the bag near like Christmas, like halfway through the season.
yeah, they almost did it like
They did. I'm
they
pretty
always
sure 2 years ago, and then after they just fumbled.
they always start good, then
Yeah,
have a little dip, do good again, and then have the big dip.
yeah,
That's always what seems to happen. So I mean, I'm glad to see that Liverpool and Arsenal are both challenging City, though. It's a lot easier to take them on.
yeah.
That's just like how they're doing with Drake right now. Get a couple of the boys on them.
I don't
But
know. I feel like everybody's turning on Drake. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
oh man, I've been on that for sure. But yeah, it's been tough. And then the other thing is, right after we finished our last pod, I forgot. Um, it was the Benfica Sporting, right?
Yeah,
We might not need to get fully into the Portuguese football now, but it looks like the season's pretty much
it's
over
pretty
after
much over.
Sporting winning again.
I know for a fact it's over for Porto. We lost our 2 last games, which is fucking disgraceful.
I thought
Um,
you tied,
no, uh, or maybe we tied yesterday. Fuck, I don't even remember.
but yeah, it's tough, and unless Sporting really drop points, which they don't look like they're going to, they haven't
Yeah, we
really.
tied yesterday, but we lost against Guimarães,
Hmm.
and we got a red card, and we got another red card in the game yesterday. Like it's just a shit show. But yeah, Sporting definitely has it. I'm just saying that right now. Sporting is winning the league.
Yeah.
Um,
So the only good thing that can come out of that, which again we only covered really Liverpool, but Benfica won against Marseille. Hopefully we can maybe at least get if we can get to like a final against like a Liverpool in the Europa League, I'd still count that as a decent win for us this season to get to a final. And the way again that all the teams are looking, it's looking really hard in the Europa League, but then the teams that are in the Europa League are all struggling a little bit domestically. So like including Benfica, right? They're all a little now. They're all going to be focused. So I'm hoping that we can see some good football in the Europa League and cover those matches for next week. I want to really once we get through the Champions League and know who those final teams are going to be for the semis, doing a nice little run again through the Europa League, Champions League, even the Conference League. I know we haven't really got to look into them, but I would like to see those final teams that are making it for a trophy in the Conference League to see who's, bubbling up there, going to be moving up. But as of now, I think that's most of the games that has happened over
Yeah,
this week.
we're we're gonna try to keep these live streams a little bit shorter now. Get straight to the point. Maybe at the end of the streams, we could probably just go a little bit veer off topic and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But as of right now, like I had short in time, I had to go. Hence why Papa Rouge was calling for me. Um, but yeah, it was a good stream. It was a really big like week for football. I find, or like the last like 2 weeks, high
a
scoring
lot of games.
games. There's a lot of stuff to
A
talk
lot of games.
about. Um, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see you guys
coming
next
up.
week. We always stream on the weekends, either Saturday, Sunday. If not, then next week.
Yeah,
Always look forward to it. Thanks for everybody that's stopping by and stuff. I don't know why chat is disabled. I don't know what's happening, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try fix it. I thought I fixed it, but I guess it's not working. I'm gonna have to check search this stuff up with the OBS and stuff.
also big game coming up. Another one other than Champions League and stuff. Porto's last chance for a trophy is going to be the second leg of Porto Guimarães
Yeah,
to make it into the final against Sporting.
but
So
that's the thing
we'll
that's
definitely
wild though.
cover
We
that.
we beat them and then we lost to them in the league, and then after it's gonna be that, and it's
Tough.
gonna be hell. It's gonna be
Like
something
what we
else.
got though, right? It's like what Benfica got. We got
Yeah,
like three games against Sporting back to back to back, right?
yeah.
Pretty much.
So it's wild. But anyways, thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.